What up, man? It's your boy Chris Unbias. You checking in, man, back with another fan mail. This is pretty much a series, man, where I answer a lot of questions from the fans. This is fan mail number 5. If I don't get to your question, man, just keep putting that hashtag Ask Unbias, man. I'll see it over and over again. And hopefully I get to your question. Shaquille Covington asks, do you know if URL is doing 2 Summer Madnesses, and if so, when will they take place? I don't really know when they're going to take place. I'm not really sure if they're doing 2 Summer Madnesses. I'm a little skeptical about them doing 2 Summer Madnesses. They are doing, this is URL schedule that I know of. They got BL5 coming up. They obviously have Gnome 7 coming up, right? After that, I think it's going to be either another BL like BL6, or they're going to do traffic. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely doing like another traffic card. And I think, you know, there might be some big matchups over there, because I'm hearing even Disaster may be on that card. So it looks like they're trying to really build the West Coast battle rap and make traffic a lot more appealing. So you might try, for you West Coast niggas that live in LA and shit, you might actually be able to go to this one and actually see some nice matchups. And then after that, I know they're doing a double impact too. I don't know the matchups. I don't know what's going on. I recommended the URL they try some different stuff. Not none of the same matches we saw, like Clips and T-Top and people like that. It would be good, man. They got Calico and Clean. That would definitely be crazy. Even reach out to Hitman and get Hitman and Averb. That'd be dope, especially with Averb retiring, man. I kind of feel like URL kind of should do something for Averb in a way. They fell out with Arsenal, and they brought Arsenal back so he could battle Bridge. So I feel like Averb should battle somebody. If you want to battle up and coming dude like Mike P or somebody, I'm cool with that. If you want to finally do that battle with DNA, I'm even cool with that at this point, especially since Averb is retiring. Or do a 2-on-2. I think that would be fire. I think Hitman wants to battle. He's getting that itch back. Just was posted on Twitter recently that he is willing. He need to take out somebody in Canada. So it looks like he's trying to battle Calico and Clean, Clips and Goods. Like if you get those 3 matchups, Averb and Hitman, Calico and Clean, and Clips and Goods, I think double impact would be crazy. You know what I'm saying? I think because it's all just entertainment. It's not really about who won a battle and who lost a battle. You can kind of have fun, freestyle, do different shit. I'm not really crazy about 2-on-2s, but it looks like there will be a double impact, whether I like it or not. So it's definitely coming from what I'm hearing. And then you got Summer Madness. Now, I did hear that URL may make it a 2-day event. I did. Instead of doing 2 Summer Madnesses, they make it a 2-day event, which means that entire weekend could be a really big card where they have like a day 1 and a day 2. If they don't do 2 Summer Madnesses, I think they're doing a 2-day event for Summer Madness. That's kind of like what's been floating in the air. So we'll see, man. It's hard to do 2 Summer Madnesses with niggas' prices, bruh. It's really hard to pull off 2 Summer Madnesses, especially back to back. You gotta figure out. You kind of gotta top the other one. You know what I'm saying? Like how you gonna do a Summer Madness and come back and top it a month or 2 later? It's hard. Docs Evo, DOCEVOL. You keep asking me what 5 battle rappers should quit and why. I'm avoiding this question for a reason, so I wanted to mention it in this whole fan mail, because I didn't want you to think I was ignoring you. But I really don't want to say that, man, because anytime you a blogger of my magnitude, niggas like to be like, oh, you're trying to take food out of niggas' mouths, blah, blah. Like, nigga, you can't even be a regular fan no more, because niggas act like you somebody, like you can't have a fucking opinion no more because you Unbiased Review. So I don't want to say that, because niggas will be tweeting niggas like, yo, Unbiased says you should quit. Like, fuck, I don't need no problems, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna really answer that, but you know, I said Mav should do RBE a free battle. I felt like if I was his manager and I was managing him, I would probably do a free battle where I actually gave back to the culture, because I had kind of a down year or year and a half or whatever. I haven't been given the best math I could. So sometimes when you humble yourself, sometimes when you show a little vulnerability, people fuck with you more. And I think if he just popped up on a card as a surprise battle, I think fans would be intrigued by it. So if I was Math manager, I would do that. I wasn't trying to take money out of Math's pocket and shit like that. That's just what I would do. Because when I look at it, I felt like the O-Red situation with Mav, he pretty much didn't do that battle, but still got paid for it. You know, that was a battle he never really did. And then you look at the show-off battle, wasn't really good. And then, you know, he showed up late and he was kind of choking and stumbling. And during the battle, like his rounds wasn't even crisp. And I felt like you know, I thought ARP kind of gave a flyer on Mav when Mav stock was down. It kind of gave him a little life with the show off battle on a good platform. And I just feel like sometimes, man, you just shouldn't do people like that. That's kind of looked out for you. So that's kind of how I felt. And even to take it further, and I didn't even mention this, Mav never sent any trailer footage. You know what I'm saying? He never sent in any trailer footage for the battle. And you know how many trailers ARP do. Nigga do preview trailers, pay-per-view trailers. Nigga's like a trailer king in battle rap. He run trailer after trailer after trailer. So there's no way that he gave someone a deposit and didn't ask for a trailer. It's impossible. But if you look at the Show Off and Mav trailer, the only footage you see is Show Off. You don't see Mav. So Mav didn't do no trailer footage either. So it's just pile on that. It would be nice, you know, just to be like, yo, I'm gonna pop up as a surprise battle on the next RBE card. I think that'd be dope for Mav, man. That'll really bring fans back. So, you know, I can't really say who should quit. So I'll get to your next question. Do you think Loaded Lux would ever battle overseas? Nah. I think Lux is done, man. You know, I told you, if he doesn't battle this year, I think it's a wrap for him in battle rap. That's just my thought. I think his buzz, everybody will be excited to get a Lux battle. Don't get it fucked up. Niggas can come back whenever and niggas gonna want to see him battle. My point is that how many comebacks are you gonna have? You had the Lions Den shit and you was battling and it was like, oh, it's the return of the legends. And then what, you gonna sit out for 2 or 3 years and then return? Like the return, like battle rap keep getting new fans, new niggas are getting younger and younger, my nigga. Niggas is chess age watching battle rap now. And I just feel like at some point in time, if Lux was gonna battle, he should have stayed battling so he can get the new fans and keep the old fans. So I think if he doesn't battle this year, I think his choices to battle were Goods, Daylight, and Verb. Daylight is touring. You know, so he's not even thinking about battle rap. Verb is talking about retiring. Don't get it fucked up. If someone dropped a bag for him to return versus Lux, I'm sure he would. But even talk to retiring kind of make you think, if you're Lux, that you don't even want to battle Verb. And Goods, you probably don't want to battle Goods either. So there's really no, outside of Verb and maybe like if you're going to battle B Dot or something, what battle is out there for Lux that really makes sense? There isn't one. Like, what are you going to put him up with Surf? What you going to give him Tay-Rock? Like, there's no Lux battle that just makes sense. That's why I think if he doesn't battle this year, I think him and Mook is done. That's just my opinion. Johnny Gunn says, Goods imitates that Gnome is better or more important than Summer Madness. What are your thoughts on this? Have the Gnomes been better than Summer Madness? It's easy to say Gnome has been better than Summer Madness because Goods has only been on Gnome. He battled Verb on Gnome as well. So that's his way of saying, I come out for the big cards. I come out for the best cards. The best cards have been Gnome. The best cards kind of have been Gnome. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, I ain't gonna say the best cards. It seemed like when URL went to that whole Summer Madness 3 bars over names and they was getting people like Swave and Daylight, and it was some of the lesser names that you normally see on Summer Madness, they were still giving you the Hitman and Conceited on Gnome. They were still giving you the Hollow and Surf on Gnome. So Gnome felt like it was a bigger card than what Summer Madness was. So I don't know. I mean, Goods always told me that the reason why he never did Summer Madness because Summer Madness wasn't really quite like Summer Madness. I don't really know how true that is, but that's what Goods said. So, so I think, to be fair, Gnome has been a bigger card. Night of Main Events have always been Night of Main Events, but Summer Madness has sometimes taken a little dip. It hasn't always been as crazy. It took like a year, maybe a year or two off where it wasn't as big as it had been accustomed to being. So Goods may have a point with that, but I mean, I think he will probably end up eventually doing a Summer Madness. You also asked, should battle rappers form a union? It's never gonna work, man. There's too many battle rappers that don't fuck with people that to say I'm gonna form a union. Like, it's not gonna work. And I don't think battle rappers, yeah, if they form a union, they would have power because everybody would be, you know, working for each other. But in this day and age, but you would have to have somebody run the union that will be able to talk to the leagues, and you got to have leagues work together and union work together. It's just not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely just not gonna work. Everybody, like, this is what happened in a union. Niggas be like, yo, we not fucking with URL. Okay, URL offer you $7,000 a battle. Nigga gonna be like, nigga, I need to go get that money. So somebody's not gonna really hold up their end of the deal on the union shit anyway. So I just think too many battle rappers are too worried about themselves. I'm not saying they shouldn't be, but that's just how they are. And leagues are worried about themselves for the union to even work. And then who's gonna agree on one person to represent the union? You gotta have one outside entity to represent the union. The only person I can come to mind is Direct from Rap Grid. He's, you know, pretty much the Grind Time, one of the Grind Time founders. But I don't even know, like, they probably wouldn't even agree on Direct, my nigga. So I don't really think that's gonna happen. How come you don't speak on UK ballers like Tony D Soul, Shocks the Rebel, and Rapture? I want to expand more. You know, I'm pretty much an urban street battle rap fan. I like some King of the Dot, some UK, some Don't Flop. You know, people think because you're a blogger, you like everything. I really don't like everything, my nigga. So, one of the first Tony D battles I ever watched was him versus Real Deal, and he sucked in that battle. So I was never a Tony D fan. So I saw that and I was like, yo, this nigga's whack. Now I realize he's a lot better than I thought because I watched other battles of his, but Shocks the Rebel, so I never even heard of this dude. You know, that you mentioned him. Soul is dope. I fuck with Soul. I don't know why I don't review their battles, man. Like, I don't know enough history because sometimes I like to know if a personal really sticks or, you know, if this works or that works. But I don't know. You recommend me a battle that I should recap and I'll recap it for you. So, do you have anything else? Who are your top 5 white battlers? Oh, wow. Top 5 white battlers. Disaster would be number 1. I don't know if I have an order, man. It would be Diz. I would have Real Deal on my list. Ilmac would be on my list. Big K would be on my list. And I'm trying to think. Maybe Shotty Horror. I fuck with Shotty Horror if I was going. I'm just trying to think. Sharon, I fuck with Sharon too. But probably Disaster would be number 1. Big K would probably be number 2 because I like Big K a lot. Real Deal might be 3 because I feel like he didn't beat King of the Dot and URL battle rappers pretty easy. Sharon and Ilmac would probably round out my top 5 if I was doing a top 5. Keita Mitchell asks, is there any reason why I would stop watching battles? Not really. I think I will always be a fan of battlers unless everyone I like just stop battling, to keep it real with you. It may be a reason why I stopped blogging because you know, a lot of times I thought about not blogging anymore and shit like that. So I would probably stop being a blogger way faster now. Stop watching battles. So I think I always watch. I'm always on YouTube, my nigga. Like, I live on that shit at work, nigga. When they gave us free internet at work, like where it wasn't censored no more, and it wasn't blocked, and I can just log on and watch anything now. Like, nigga, you literally can get on anything at my job. They don't have the whole firewall is down. Nigga, they really fucked up because all I do is watch battles. I watch battles. I watch like different little shows. I catch up on a lot of bullshit on YouTube. I'm like, YouTube is like damn near. You know how niggas, you know how you click on the internet and it's like it got a home page and it might be Yahoo, MSN. Nigga, YouTube is my home page, nigga. That's the page that loads up when I first get on the internet because that's what I'm going to. Shandell Graham, is there a possibility of Av versus Ill Will at Gnome 7? That and Av versus Big K need to be on the big stage. I do agree that Av versus Big K needs to go down. I know Big K's price is high and they're trying to put him on the contract and all that other crazy shit. I hope they just book the battle. Fuck the contract. No, Big K don't need to be on contract. He's an established star. Fuck the contract shit. Just book him. I can tell you right now, Av versus Ill Will is not on Gnome 7. It's not going down. Like, you may see one of these two on Gnome, but you won't see them battling each other. Definitely not. So actually one of these two is on Gnome. Maybe 2 of them too. Definitely one of these 2 is on Gnome. But they're not battling each other, so I can tell you that right now. Blunted Alien, you asked, do all battles count or do some battles count more than others? I always felt like all battles count in my personal opinion. I do some way more than others, you know what I'm saying? Just like anytime you have a game, a basketball game or an NBA game, you got some, all the losses count, but some losses are worse than others. And it's the same way, man. Obviously, if you're on a big platform, like if Rock was to beat Hollow, would niggas really care that he may have lost to Sharon? Would you really care as much if he was able to beat Hollow? That's what I mean by some of the wins and losses way more. You fuck around and beat Hollow and you beat Chess, People are just gonna say, oh well, Rock just took a check on UW, so that's why he went light for Sharon. People have built-in excuses for their favorites, so that's what niggas would say. They may even be a little bit right, because Rock took Sharon and Rum Nitty around the same time, like a couple weeks apart, a few weeks apart. So it could have hurt his writing material. So people always will use that and say, well, if he didn't have those battles close together, he would have killed Rum Nitty and killed Sharon or some shit like that. People say that. So they all count though, man. They all count at the end of the day. Like if you want to take battles and do all that shit, you got to pay the consequences if you're not prepared. So they definitely all count. You also asked, do you think battle rap is well served by having numerous bloggers, or do you think having numerous bloggers somehow dilutes battle rap with lightweight opinions, confusing issues, lessen the chances? Anytime you talk about bloggers, niggas think you dissing them. I could do a whole blog on what I think of other bloggers, include myself, like the pros and cons of me, the pros and cons of every other blogger. I ain't gonna really say no name. Niggas get in they feelings. I know a lot of people ask me why I haven't responded to certain bloggers. Who's done a blog on me? Piper Boy did a blog on me. BT did a blog on me. I'm not responding to them because they're just a waste of time for me to respond. Like when I look at my subscribers and I look at their subscribers, it doesn't even make me want to entertain it at the end of the day. I just feel like it, and then it doesn't do anything. Like when I went against Angry Fan and we had our little blog war, I couldn't do nothing without niggas asking me about Angry Fan. Like I couldn't do nothing, my nigga. I couldn't drop a blog. I couldn't get on Twitter. It was all in my YouTube comments. People wanted, like pretty much like Nikki and this Remy shit. Nikki probably can't get online without somebody saying, yo, when you gonna respond to Remy? That's how I was with Caps and battle rap, because we were such big bloggers. Jay Black had fell back a little bit and shit like that. So it was kind of like me and him was really the voice of the bloggers. And when we went at it, people were just like, okay, what is Chris gonna say? So I felt like I had to respond to them. You know what I'm saying? But these other bloggers, I don't really feel like I have to respond to them. Like they can take their shots. They can respond to anything that they feel like they want to respond to. And it's all good. I'm not doing, it's going to take a lot for me to get into a blog war with a blogger. I don't have an issue with no bloggers, but it's definitely diluted, man. Too many people blog without facts. Too many people blog too quick on a topic without letting the whole topic develop and have both sides of opinion. And too many people blog without the facts. I don't know. That's what I think. I ain't gonna really diss no bloggers though. Salute to everybody that's doing their thing. Dre Bats, he said, are you ever gonna do the bar exam with Jay Black and Angry Fan? I talked to Uncle Rob, man. He's trying to set that up. He actually mentioned that he would fly us out there so that we could do the bar exam. But I don't know, man. I really don't think he's gonna fly us out there. I'm gonna keep it real with you. That's a lot of bread to fly me and Caps up there and put us in hotels and all that shit. I really don't think he's gonna do that just to try to make a little bit of YouTube money on a bar exam with us. But he mentioned that he would. I'm going to a lot of events this year. I don't think Caps is coming to no events though. So that pretty much, excuse me, that pretty much is the reason why the bar exam isn't going down, because obviously Jay Black goes. I'm going to BL5 and Gnome 7. But Caps probably ain't going, so that's pretty much the end of the bar exam for us.
The Black in the building.
Yo, what up, man? It's your boy Chris. I'm out here with this traitor, man.
Oh, don't act like that.
He said I'm gonna lose. He said I'm gonna lose.
I already know what this
He said I'm gonna lose the bar exam to Angry Fan.
It's all because, peace, John, what up, boy? It's all because of Angry Fans history. You dig? It's all because of Angry Fans history, Chris. I still got you, like, on the blogging level, I got you. You know what I mean? Y'all right there.
But I'm saying, are y'all doubting my battle rap knowledge, man?
I am, man. Question for question, I think Angry Fan 007. I think he got you, man.
So you got him winning the bar exam 2-1.
2-1, Jay Black. He rounded it out, but 2-1 Angry Fan all day, man. But salute you, Chris. You already know. You 8:30 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning. Sometimes I'm watching the Unbias joint. You already see when I tweet.
Let me get Wavington and Polo, man.
Oh yeah, go ahead. You good?
We out here in Atlanta for the camera. You already know.
I got a question for y'all. If me, Angry Fan, and Jay Black did the bar exam, who would win?
You, Angry Fan,
and Jay Black did a bar exam. Who would win?
Bar exam?
Yeah, who would win?
I'm gonna go with you or Jay Black. I'm gonna go with you or Jay Black. You or Jay Black? Either you or Jay Black.
Now y'all ain't saying it just because I'm recording y'all. I need y'all to be honest.
I really feel like it would be you or Jay Black. That's why I couldn't. Angry Fan is more opinionated because he go for who he's so favoritism. So I can't really put him in. he might not know too much if he don't really fuck with them.
And that's exactly
he might underthink them. So I say y'all, yeah.
You and Jay Black, bro. You and Jay Black. I feel like Angry Fan, he know what he talking about sometimes. You feel me? And that's no disrespect to him, but it is what it is, man. I feel like you and Black is more in tune into the culture right now. Like, I see more from y'all about the new niggas than I do from him.
I think we'll win a bar exam between me, Caps, and Jay Black. It would be interesting, man. It would definitely be interesting. I just don't want to come in last, my nigga. I gotta have some type of bragging rights. I think Caps know a lot about old shit, like you know, a lot of old shit like grind time and shit like that. I know about that era too, but I mean, like, you know, Caps is real good with the Philly movement and shit like that. It's certain things that he's definitely stronger in. Obviously, I think I'm probably more on the URL tip than most, me and Jay Black both. It would be real interesting to see who will win that based on the questions they ask. So I'm definitely down to do it, man. I just think timing it just probably won't really happen if I had to guess on it. Marvin Carey, what mainstream rappers do you think would make dope battle rappers? At this stage and age with the way battle rap is, none, my nigga. I don't really want to see no mainstream people come back. I'm hearing Cassidy is returning to URL. But, you know, when I spoke to them, they were just like, yeah, Swiss Beats is paying for it. So I don't know, maybe Swiss Beats is throwing up some chicken and gonna bring Cassidy back. But I don't see nobody really coming back. You know, it would be nice after listening to the Remy Ma diss. It would be cool if Remy Ma came back. But do I think that there wouldn't be a chick that could beat Remy Ma? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I definitely feel like that. So I just think if you got a top battle rapper and he's on his A game, I think they beat any industry dude right now at this stage with the way battle rap has changed and the new fans and the way this is a reach and this is an old punchline and this is that. I just feel like, you know, like when she said against Nicki Minaj, she said something, you only fronted on Mariah because Mariah don't carry. There's been a lot of Mariah Carey bars in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Mariah, Nick Cannon type of bars. She used them in her diss versus Nicki Minaj. It wasn't bad. It sounded nice, but I'm saying like niggas ran that angle in the ground as far as battle rap. So I don't really think a mainstream dude, even if he was talented back in the day, I don't think he can come in battle rap. Now I don't think he would be focused enough to even give it that much attention. And I don't think Cassidy, Cannabis, who else? We done had them Bone Crusher and Fredro Starr and all these different people. None of them have been nice to me. None of them have been nice. So I'm going to go no for that. I don't think nobody could really make it and actually be good. Terrell Mincy. Tay-Rock doesn't choke or stumble. He's always prepared, shows up for battles, never have a boring round. He's not boring like Chilla. You know, he's very respected. Why is he not considered for Rushmore? But I'm high. But I'm high, so maybe I'm tripping. He's definitely not considered for Rushmore. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think he's a legend yet, if I'm being honest with you. But he's definitely not considered for Mount Rushmore. There's only 4 people that can be on Rushmore, my nigga. So Rock would have to jump them. You know what I'm saying? Well, look at the people he would have to jump. Loaded Lux, Murder Mook. That's a given. Them 2 names pretty much synonymous with Mount Rushmore. You got to jump them. He's already like under them in terms of like you sign with a crew that was started by a Rushmore dude. So you got that. And then Lux booked you for Lions Den. You know what I'm saying? Lux was booking you. Like so he created the Lions Den. So you're under them 2. Then you got Averb. I don't think you've accomplished more than Averb has. So I definitely don't have you there. Even somebody like Conceited and Hitman, you haven't achieved more than them. You definitely haven't achieved more than Disaster. So how are you gonna Hollow the Don and Arsenal? Like my nigga, how are you gonna beat those 4? So let's not turn Mount Rushmore into like 7 niggas. There's only 4 people on Mount Rushmore, and you got to be able to beat those 4 in order to even get considered. And I think once you get past Hollow, Arsenal, Disaster, Conceited, Hitman, Averb, Loaded Lux, and Murder Mook, and then even Rex, my nigga. When you get past those, I don't know how many people I named, maybe like 10 or 8 or 9 or whatever. When you get past that, then you can consider a Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like then you can consider a Tay-Rock. So definitely not Tay-Rock for no Mount Rushmore. I don't even think he can catch them niggas unless he do some legendary shit. But so I mean, I definitely don't have him on close to Mount Rushmore. We're gonna see if he's even finishes in legendary status, which I do think he will achieve. But Mount Rushmore, nah. John A, would you ever do an untold truth on Caps, J Black, and yourself, and put it in one video that would help all three, and y'all would be fire? I wouldn't mind doing an untold truth on both of them two guys. I think they did contributed to the culture, and I think an untold truth on myself, even though I'm not that interesting, I think some of the parts would be interesting because I would really tell you how I feel on everything. Tell you how I really felt going through the Caps beef. Tell you how I really feel about other bloggers. Tell you probably how I really feel about leagues, what I really think of this league and that league and this battle rapper and that battle rapper, and behind the scenes secrets and that I heard. Like it would be a little bit interesting. You know, I ain't gonna act like it'd be like the best untold truth, but I wouldn't mind doing that for them. I don't think I'm above doing an untold truth on another blogger. Mr. Dex Factor 87. You ever thought about doing an untold truth with K-Shine? I think that would be dope. Fix this camera. I was supposed to do an untold truth with K-Shine, man. I got a lot of stories on untold truth with battle rappers that pretty much curved and played me. And K-Shine was another one, man. I was when he battled Mav down here in Atlanta, I did an untold truth with Mav, and then after that, I met K-Shine. Like, it was, you know, MC War had booked them at the same hotel. So Mav was like, yo, why don't you interview K-Shine right now? So now mind you, I wasn't prepared to do a K-Shine untold truth. I didn't have no questions. I didn't have nothing. I didn't want to like start freestyling off the top and coming up with shit. I wanted to prepare. So I said, no, let's just do it tomorrow. But he said he would do it the next day, you know what I'm saying? He said he would do it the next day or whatever. And the next day, I couldn't get the nigga on the phone. I was even like halfway like riding to his crib because he told me we could do it at like 1 o'clock. So I'm trying to knock it out so I can get back and watch Sunday football on Sunday. But he pretty much never answered the phone, and that was pretty much the end of that. Then I saw him at the Crown, you know what I'm saying? Because if you follow my channel, you'll see. Been a few times I've been with K-Shine. Like I got his Mr. Wavy rounds, all acapella. Wavy battle, how you feel about that, man?
Yeah, I got
Rookies and vets. Did you ask for Wavy? Did Wavy ask for you?
I didn't actually ask. The only thing I asked for was some bread from URL. Like, and then they ended up giving me him. Like, I came from an era where these niggas ain't like to pay. We had to crawl before we walk, nigga. I crushed a couple mics for free. I'm part of the reason y'all niggas getting paid for being nice today, but y'all come out of nowhere thinking y'all going to the top right away, do 2 quotables in a battle, and swear to God your life is made. Well, let me ask you a question, because this ain't even your type of stage. If you ain't got a strong win, how the fuck you gonna get that title, Wave? Well, I'm part of the reason too, because I've been leading by bad example. I was giving y'all them slow rhymes. They said I wasn't the same K at first. I ain't paying no mind, but then I got close with Ice, and I was like, hold on, bugging the fuck out. Better get back to that old Shine, that slide up like a dancer. Howdy bro Shine, that make them guns pop up. Grand Theft Auto cold Shine, have them hanging off these hooks. That's not a clothesline, have all these cats lying together. Time to Voltron, holding the 4, creep where you live. Let it go on him, open the door and heat up the crib. Like the stove on, I'm about to get this nigga lines longer than a DMV. A nigga with an attitude, clapping like Eazy-E. Still a give a nigga that scoop quicker than TMZ. Everything on this card food, nigga. EBT, I got an old Western, I'm calling it Jesse James. I had that shit sing by your whip like Eddie Kane. Your little homie jump in front of this Glock. Ain't a thing. I had a young thug take your pops like Lil Wayne. You a bunch of battles with no wins, nigga. That ain't Wavy. I start beef and make friends, nigga. That ain't Wavy. Face to face with this stock, nigga. That ain't Wavy. Have them looking up in your box like, that ain't Wavy. You.
So there was a time when even after that, I had caught up with him. So it was that situation, and I saw him again at the Crown right before he battled Ill Will. We was kind of all chilling. So he was like, yo, why don't you take me to the store to get some Dutchess and all that kind of shit. So we go to the store, and I'm like, yo, my nigga, you never gave me that untold truth. You had me come halfway driving to your hotel, and you don't answer the phone. Oh, my bad, bro. I'm sorry, da-da-da-da. So I'm like, yo, I gotta get an untold truth eventually, man. And he was like, yeah, I got you, because he was battling Sharon so the next week. So he comes down after the Ill Will shit, battle Sharon. Now mind you, I'm supposed to do an interview with him doing the Sharon shit, but he slapped Sharon, right? fucking, it was mayhem at the damn venue and shit, man. Next thing I know, I didn't even see K-Shine and DNA no more after the battle. You know what I'm saying? After he slapped Sharon, niggas was out. And it just seemed like after that, I didn't see them niggas no more. I didn't get the interview or none of that shit. So that was that. Now, you remember when he battled Clean and he choked like 3 times and he was outside and he was talking about how, like, he was at a Black Ice event talking about URL. I felt like it was disrespectful, so I did a blog on it. And I pretty much threw K-Shine under the bus. Now, I didn't throw him under the bus because I was mad he didn't do an Untold Truth. Like, I threw him under the bus because the nigga had pretty much slapped Sharon, choked 3 times versus Clean Paper, and lost the Ill Will and choked. And I knew versus the Ill Will battle, I was like, this nigga don't have a 3rd round because I'm chilling in the hotel and me, him, DNA, Big T, nigga don't have a 3rd. He like, yo, you know, y'all niggas can go get some Harold's chicken. I'm gonna chill here and work on my 3rd. So I'm thinking to myself, this is a big ass card and Shine don't even got a 3rd round. So I wasn't gonna hold back in a blog. Like, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a blogger. I'm not friends with you, my nigga. Like, I'll come to your hotel, I'll interview you, keep it moving. But we are not friends. So I ran into DNA when he battled Chef Trez, and DNA was like, yo, I had to fall back from you and shit like that. I'm like, yo, what I do? Like, I never talked about you in the blog. He was like, yeah, but that shit you said about K-Shine though. So he didn't like the blog I did about K-Shine about how he disrespected Black Ice because he was at a Black Ice event talking about URL battles and the nigga had choked 3 times. He didn't even like apologize to Black Ice for not having a good showing or nothing. So I felt like it was just a money move and it was kind of disrespectful. So I guess my relationship with Shine was pretty much over after that as far as whatever cool level we had, like if I saw him at an event. So now I don't even think he fucks with me anymore, according to DNA. DNA was just like, I had to fall back from you. I can only imagine what Shine was thinking. So that's pretty much the end of that Untold Truth, man. So Untold Truths I'm working on. Me and Verb been talking, so I'll probably end up doing a Verb Untold Truth. Now that he's retiring and stuff, like I finally been able to kind of lock that in. Me and Tay-Rock have been talking. Tay-Rock kind of fell back too, man, because bloggers were coming at him and shit, talking about he sound like Surf and wanting to fight him and shit. So it's just like he kind of fell back on media. And even though I wasn't one of them bloggers, I kind of got lumped in the bloggers. So referring back to the blogger question you asked me, is there too many bloggers in battle rap? Yeah, because bloggers in battle rap are talking shit and it's fucking up me getting interviews because niggas just lumping all us together. Oh, you fucking bloggers. And then when you reach out as a blogger, niggas don't even want to fuck with you because they lump you into the blogger issue. So, supposed to do an interview with Tay-Rock. Recently, I spoke to Tay-Rock like a week ago. He said we could still do it, but that nigga been saying that for a minute, dog. I don't really know if we're gonna end up doing it, to keep it real with you. Verb is somebody that I talk to Verb every now and then, you know what I'm saying? I think I can get the Verb one done, but that's probably the only Untold Truth. Maybe Big T also. Fosh6226, FOSTCH 6226. Do you know what happened to Illinois? I mean, he pretty much had his little proving ground battle. I think he battled D Gunna or somebody like that. He battled somebody. He got locked up, so he was put away for a while. I'm not sure how long, maybe like a year or so. But when he came back, you know, a lot has changed, man. URL kept having more and more PGs and booking more and more PGs. I think Illinois got lost in the shuffle and really hasn't had a buzz. He didn't have much of a buzz on URL before he got locked up, but getting locked up definitely didn't help his buzz. And he came out. And that's one of Norbs' man, but you know, homeboys or whatever. But I don't really think he, you know, since he got locked up, he lost all his momentum he had on URL. Crimson Chinny Chin Chins, that's an interesting YouTube name. Is URL missing an opportunity for a good amount of steady income by really pushing in merchandise of its own, like King of the Dot? I remember seeing some, but they were kind of dope hats and shirts, or maybe even a monthly subscription fee. I know Smack is doing something called Smack Flicks, which is going to be like he's going to release battles on an app first, so you can watch them on the app for maybe like a week before they actually hit YouTube if you want to see it early. I think that's coming. I know they're working on that, and it might even be like $2 or $2.99 a month or something like that. So I know a subscription thing is in the works. As far as merchandise, I don't really know how much merchandise really sells. Like, I just don't really know. Like, I saw niggas with Rookies and Vet sweatshirts and Gnome sweatshirts and stuff like that. But, you know, as far as like You know, if they had battle rapper shirts or something like King of the Dot does, how they have Head Ice and Big T and all them, URL be fucking with people, then they don't fuck with people, and then they fuck with this artist and they don't fuck with this artist. And I think somebody asked me also, why don't I do merchandise? I think a lot of people fall out with URL. You see it with Bill Collector, you saw it with Clean Paper, John the Don, you know, at one point in time was lashing out on Twitter. Charlie Clip did a blog about URL. When people lash out against you, it kind of turns you off and want to do anything with them. You kind of want to treat stuff like a business. I'm going to book you for a battle and I'm going to keep it moving. Once I start having your merchandise and it's like a Charlie Clip shirt, then your name is attached to the brand. The brand is also URL. So somehow we have to split. But if me and you are not even cool, then how can we really split? You know what I'm saying? Because I may tell you like, yo, I sold 1,000 shirts last year. You may feel like you sold 2,000 shirts. So then there's a conflict of interest. There's already like, you may feel like I'm cheating you out of the shirts that you really think you sold. So it just can be a complete mess. And I don't think URL, there are no steady URL battle rappers. Everyone like, look, A-Verb, B-Magic, Young Ill, Hitman, all St. Louis. They was all URL and then they lashed out. They don't, you know, and now URL ain't booked them in a while. The only niggas that really are steady URL people, even K-Shine had an issue. Mav had an issue, has been DNA, Charlie Clips to some degree, even though he's lashed out. DNA and Tay-Rock, my nigga, those like the only top tier in surf. You know what I'm saying? The only top tiers is really seem like they've really had very little issues with URL, or at least lashed out at URL. So if I got a whole bunch of merchandise wrapped up in the people that hit my stage and we fall out, then I still have business with you that needs to be handled, and that can also be a problem. As far as why I don't do, I know A-Cole, I think, can't remember, A-Cole 1974 or some shit like that. I hope I got your name right. You asked me about why I don't do merchandise. Really, man, I kind of fell back. Like, that's why Untold Truth for me would be kind of interesting. When I got into it with Caps, man, it changed a lot of the way I look at stuff, because for a while people was like, yo, we fuck with you as a blogger, we really like you as a blogger, you know, we fuck with you. It's always interesting to see people not fuck with you because of another person. Like, that's so lame to me, if I'm just being completely honest with you. It's very, very lame to me. You know, I put up a blog the other day. It had like 11 dislikes and 30 likes in the first hour. Right? That's like a 1-to-3 ratio. I don't really be tripping over likes and dislikes. It don't really matter. Just watch it. It all counts as a view. My point is that when I woke up the next morning, I think it had like 113 likes and like 13 dislikes. It only accumulated 2 more dislikes and a bunch of more likes. That let me know that people came on my video just to hate for no reason. You couldn't have watched it. It was a pretty long video, so you couldn't have watched it in enough time, but you click dislike and dislike just because it's Unbiased Review. And when I got into it with Caps, a lot of people didn't like me that never even met me. And I'm just not that kind of person. I'm just not gonna look at you and just be like, yo, I don't fuck with you. If I have fans wearing my clothes, it's almost like you represent me. And I guess the way this whole internet and fan base thing is, I just better off staying to myself with a lot of situations. But back to the question, is URL missing out on merchandise? Probably so, but I think they didn't fell out with a lot of battle rappers. A lot of battle rappers then came and went, so I don't really think like they would ever do a battle rapper merchandise thing. Miles Pickney, if there was a bars over everything card and you had to pick 10 battlers, which 5 matchups, who would you pick and who would you match up? I really need to think about this, man. I'm not really sure, but I would probably give niggas that most niggas don't think. I would probably give him a shot. I would definitely do Big Cannon because I fuck with him. I would definitely do Newborn because I like to see him get a shot. Danger Zone would be another dude I would book. Chilla Jones would be another person. JC would be another person. What's that? That's 5. I gotta have some top tier, so I gotta throw probably Big T because I think he's lyrical. K-Shine, I like the performance aspect of him. I would probably have Verb on there just as a way of going out. B-Dot would be on there if I was doing also. B-Dot would be on there if I was doing bars over names. So B-Dot, that's 9. 10, probably Loso would probably be 10 if I was doing bars over names. And the matchups, I'm not really sure, man. I'll try to get back with you. Ask that question again in this fan mail, and I'll try to come up with the matchups of the people that I just named. Chef Sanjeev 629, Chris, are you doing any more battle records? Yeah, I said I was gonna do some more, and I kind of forgot about them. I ain't gonna even front, but I need to do Calico, Hitman, Big K. I already did Verb and Arsenal, so Tay-Rock, Surf. Yeah, I'm gonna do some. You know, when you least expect it, you'll see one pop up on this channel. You'll be like, oh, Chris said he was gonna do it. But probably Calico might come up first, and maybe Surf will probably be after that. Timothy Labon, Labon. Do you think RBE is a top 3 league? Because I really feel like they don't get the recognition from the bloggers and the radio shows. Definitely a top 3 league. I actually got it at number 3 behind URL and King of the Dot. They really won't be able to take over those two because they don't do big enough events to really counter that. I think King of the Dot and URL, they just move the culture too much for anybody to really be able to crack that top 2 spot. But RBE is definitely 3rd, because not only is RBE 3rd, they have no drama that you really hear about. You know what I'm saying? If they do, it keeps it really low. ARP explains a lot of situations. His promo is really good. He's done some groundbreaking stuff with team versus team type of battles on the starting 5, and also doing a winner take all battles, and doing judge battle. These are things other leagues aren't doing. So big salute to him, and he's still giving you, you know, he gave you Verb and Bonnie. He's still giving you female battles as well as male battles. So RBE is definitely here to stay. Big salute to ARP. I like what he's doing. Shaquille Covington again. Who can Jazz the Rapper battle now that E-Hart is out of the way? I'm not really sure, man, who Jazz can battle next. I want to see her battle Couture. That's the battle I want to see her battle next. Jazz versus Couture. I know Couture was pregnant. I'm not sure if she had a baby yet. But when she gets back to battle rap, Jazz versus Couture would be one of the battles I want to see, because I feel like it would be a good battle. Even KCJ, you know, if KCJ can beat Farrah coming up, I think her and KCJ would be dope. So I know she was talking about battling like Tori Doe and stuff like that. I want to see her battle Couture. That would be the battle that I want to see Jazz battle. Dustin Moore, do you think top tier battlers need to get on small room battles like Born Legacy to build their names back up and then get back on Gnomes and Summer Madnesses? It's kind of hard to say, man, because just because you do well at Born Legacy and get your name back up doesn't really mean you're going to do well at Gnome. I think it's just a big difference. One person who I feel like has yet to master the main stage is Ill Will. Just to be honest with you, like Ill Will gave you a great battle versus Rum Nitty. And then when he got on the main stage versus Clips, it wasn't crazy. When he got on the main stage versus DNA, it wasn't crazy. He lost to Rock on the main stage, wasn't crazy. Ill Will to kill Johnny Alcatraz and to not kill Rum Nitty, but have a dope battle with Rum Nitty. He's been very, very good in small rooms, and then you get him on a big stage. Even if you feel like he's won the battle, you haven't got a great Ill Will yet. He was great at UFF, another small room. So just being good in a small room doesn't really mean you're gonna be good on Gnome. But as far as like a working your way back up thing, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I think some battles do get fucked up just from the crowd and the main stage and the chatter and the booing and the gas and everything. Maybe, you know, maybe you put it in a small room, it wouldn't be bad. But here's the problem. Are people gonna take a small room pay? That's always the issue, you know what I'm saying? That's always the issue, is are you gonna take a small room pay? I know URL don't wanna make Born Legacy into like they don't wanna put top tiers on Born Legacy. And if they do, they wanna make them battle up and coming niggas. They don't wanna have them battle each other. But they're not gonna take a low pay. You don't really make a lot at Born Legacy, dog. You're not making a whole lot of money. I can't see them paying you more than probably like 3 racks to battle at Born Legacy. So you can't really expect a room that only holds 300 to 400 people. They're not gonna give you $7,000, and that's what these niggas will want to battle at Born Legacy. They will be wanting that. You know what I'm saying? If Goods took a battle in Born Legacy, nigga want like 6 racks. They're not gonna do it. So it's just one of them situations where the price, they're not gonna bring their price down just to battle in Born Legacy. They'll just hold out for Gnomes and Summer Madnesses. Lazarus DMV, who do you think would be better on their URL stage debut, Pat Stay or Shotty Horror? And for the chosen battler, who would you match them up with? I don't think Shotty Horror will be that good on URL, so I'm gonna go with Pat Stay, and I would probably match Pat Stay up with Tay Rock, since Tay Rock took a few little shots and said, you know, I'm not Pat Stay and shit like that. He had his little shot for Sharon. It would be Tay Rock. Big K and Pat Stay on King the Dot or URL would be an interesting battle. Pat Stay versus Real Deal maybe on the Real Deal battle. Pat Stay? I don't think so. Pat Stay versus Real Deal on URL wouldn't be bad. It would be a typical white boy versus white boy, but I don't know. I'm gonna go with Tay Rock as a battle for Pat Stay, not Shotty Horror. I'm gonna go with Pat Stay versus Tay Rock. Boo Sacramento, who do you want to see on Blackout 7? What about Pat Stay and Verb on Blackout 7? You know, you see I'm really pushing Verb, man. I'm trying to, like, I feel like you got to pay respect to niggas that's retiring, man, and try to give them some type of retirement tour, let them hit each stage. So, I mean, Pat Stay and Verb would be dope. I wouldn't mind seeing Hitman, since he mentioned something about he had to take out a Canadian, maybe behind the scenes. They reached out to Hitman too. I wouldn't mind seeing that. A dope 2-on-2 wouldn't be bad. What if Verb and Hitman did a 2-on-2 on Blackout versus another 2-on-2 matchup? You know what I'm saying? I think that would be dope. I'm trying to think who else I want to see on Blackout. I'm not really sure, man. I think a female would be dope too. I mean, I know they have Bonnie and shit on Blackout, but I mean, if they brought like a 40 bars or somebody to Blackout, I think that would be fire. So I'm just gonna go with that for now. Hata Kiri Hanzu, I hope I'm spelling it, HATAKIRIHANZO. Who got the most 3-0s in battle rap? Yo, niggas talk that shit about Clips. Clips got a lot of 3-0s, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Clips is definitely up there. He got a lot of 3-0s. There's been some niggas he killed that you don't really consider. You gotta look at all his battles and you be like, yo, he really kind of mopped the floor with this dude. Clips is up there. Swave is up there too. Swave embodied a lot of niggas. So, excuse me. So they would be my first. They would be the two that come to mind, man. I would kind of think of like Swave. I would kind of think of Clips. Is there anybody else with a gang of 3-0s that I'm not even really thinking about? I don't know, man. I can't think of nobody else, man. I'm just gonna go with Clips and Swave. They come to mind as far as having the most 3-0s in battle rap. Benjamin Grownwood, I'm gonna end this blog with you. Do you feel like it's fair for URL to fuck with John while he has bullpen, but turn around and not fuck with Big Cannon because of guerrilla warfare? Well, Big Cannon is back on URL from what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely back on URL. I don't know if he signed a contract. I'm pretty sure he must have signed something. I don't know, because that's what they seem to be doing with everybody. But let me tell you what happened with Big Cannon, and I'm gonna end this blog on this. If you go way back to, let's see, you remember when Gracie did that card, JC versus Charlie Clips? That whole entire card, it was filmed by Black Ice. You know what I'm saying? It was a Black Ice guerrilla warfare event. And what happened was 6 battles on the card. I think they were supposed to split. Black Ice get 3 battles uploaded on their channel. Gracie gets 3 battles. URL thought that they were going to get some of those battles as well, because when guerrilla warfare first started, it was like supposed to be like the smack of the Midwest. Gracie was really cool with URL. URL was helping promote it. The first few battles on guerrilla warfare came out on URL. Y'all remember when like Young Cannon battled M City?
Just wanted to jump in front of this battle. This battle is a classic. I think these 2 MCs show hunger, and this is what we focus on. We ain't really focus on a big, high-profile name. We want to focus on the classics. I'm Smack, aka Mr. Classic. I think there's a point that we focus on the classic. So shout out to M City, shout out to Young Cannon, shout out to Guerrilla Warfare, shout out to Miss Gracie, everybody that, you know what I'm saying, put this battle together. Salute to y'all.
Yo, we got the main event going on right now. You know what I'm saying? On my right, we got M City. You know what I'm saying? Representing Michigan. You know what I mean? Clap it up for my mans in them. And on my left, we got Young Cannon representing Southside Chicago. Make some noise.
That was a guerrilla warfare battle that came out on URL. So for a while they were getting all of guerrilla warfare's battles, even though it was, and people thought it was like, oh, it's a smack of the Midwest. So URL promoted that card, JC versus Charlie Clips. Smack did a blog, oh, I'm gonna be out there fucking with my girl Gracie, blah 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 blah.
October 19th, we going to Chirac, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be in Chicago. Shout out to Gracie, shout out to Guerrilla Warfare, you know what I mean? The Awakening, you know what I mean? She put a dope card together. We want to go out there and support her. I'm gonna be out there personally, meeting and greeting the fans of the culture that's in that market. So if you in that area, make sure you come through and show love. She put a dope card together. It's gonna be crazy. Like I'm really looking forward to basically witnessing her event. You know, she always been extended family of the URLTV.TV movement.
What ended up happening is, I know y'all remember that big radio interview where Gracie and Black Ice fell out. Somehow Gracie was in the middle. Black Ice didn't know URL was getting no battles, and URL didn't know Black Ice was getting any battles. So Black Ice felt like Gracie was pulling some snake shit. URL felt like Gracie was pulling some snake shit, because Black Ice was like, shit, we went in on this card. We put up half the money for this card. I'd be damned if we giving URL any battles.
I want to say like in October, you know, we had did the Awakening card with Guerrilla Warfare, who is based out in Chicago. We are in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I had a lot of people coming to me asking me if we're from Chicago. No, we're not from Chicago. We are from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We did the card with them. Me, my brother John Doe, Gracie, her brother Big Cannon. You know what I'm saying? Like everything was so equal. Everything was split. You know what I'm saying? To where nobody was paying more than the other. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she made the phone calls, whatever the case may be. Everything was done equally. So credit should have been given all around the board. Fully, everything was equal as far as paying the artists, everything that happened that night. Everybody came out their pocket equally, so nobody should get more credit than the other one. We sat back for a minute, even though the shit kind of seemed one-sided. We sat back for a minute because we're like, okay, yeah, they've been around longer. Quite naturally, motherfuckers gonna think that it's just her. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers really weren't too quick to set the record straight unless we said something. But then it's in people's eyes that we being petty. Not the case. So I can't even blame the fans for feeling like it was all Gracie shit or whatever, or all Guerrilla Warfare shit. That wasn't the case. It was Guerrilla Warfare and Cartel. Now, we had agreed to split up all the footage, you know what I'm saying, which we should have did before the actual event, but we fucked around and did the shit after the fact, and that's kind of like where the little tension came in. You know, I was getting phone calls about motherfuckers taking shots at me on Twitter or whatever, I guess because I wasn't, you know, finna kneel down to what motherfuckers wanted, you know what I'm saying? So, whatever the case may be, we split up the footage, we started getting phone calls, you know, Young Cannon, Mickey Fax, where they was upset because they was promised that they battles would drop on URL. You know what I'm saying? And I think Mickey Fax said that's the only reason why he agreed to do that particular battle. So in a sense, it's like niggas was lied to in order to be on that Awakening card. But we didn't lie to y'all. You know what I'm saying? We never knew shit about that. We never fucking agreed to that shit. I believe it was brought up like one time where it was like, well, how do y'all feel about giving the footage to Smack? And it's like, if I paid thousands of dollars, you know what I'm saying, for these people, for security, whatever the fuck we pay for, if we pay all this money to build our brand, you know what I'm saying, and I can only speak for the cartel, we not gonna just give all our shit away, you know what I'm saying? The reason why we in this is to build a brand, you know what I'm saying, to work for the Midwest or whatever the case may be. So I told her and Cannon, like, you know, like, y'all can get y'all shit away, but we ain't giving our shit away. So obviously that message wasn't relayed, because when I go to New York, I start hearing little shit like, you know, Smack and Beasley was told that they was finna get all that footage. You know what I'm saying? And I can't even sit up here and say for sure that they pissed at me because they feel like I said that they could and they reneged on that shit. But I wouldn't be surprised if they was pissed at me. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit ain't true. It's all fucking rumors. Like, we never sat up here and agreed like, oh yeah, we gotta get them this shit. Then we turn around like, nah, fuck that. We gonna keep this shit. You know, so whatever was discussed with Gracie and them niggas, that's between Gracie and them niggas. Me and my brother, we never agreed to that shit. And I'ma need y'all to know that, you know.
URL felt like we helped promote the card. We had been getting your battles. You told us you was going to give us some of the battles, and now you're giving 3 of them to Black Ice. So that was a big deal. And now Gracie and Guerrilla Warfare, Guerrilla Warfare and Black Ice fell out and they don't fuck with each other no more. And URL and Gracie fell out and they don't fuck with each other no more. And it all started from that card. So after that, Gracie just basically started doing smack cards because she did the Crown 1. It was like Hitman and Clips and Young Ill and Arsenal and stuff. That was a typical smack card. Then she did Crown 2 and it was like Mav versus Big K and it was O-Red versus Daylight and it was, you know, another typical top tier, kind of another smack card. She had a lot of smack battle rappers on that stage, Verb and Sue Surf and stuff like that. So she literally became, Guerrilla Warfare started out as like a smack of the Midwest. And they were helping promote each other's brands to where she became in direct competition with URL because she started booking URL artists. So when URL wanted to book people, oh, they're already going to be booked for the Gracie card. So that was pretty much the end of it. They fell out with Gracie. Big Cannon is a co-owner of Guerrilla Warfare, so that ended up fucking over Cannon. They didn't want to build Cannon's profile on URL only for him to go back to Guerrilla Warfare and build Guerrilla Warfare up. So Big Cannon ended up not being on URL because you know Big Cannon had battled M City, he had battled Sire Boy, and he had battled O-Red all on URL. And then he couldn't get any more looks after the Sire Boy battle, and that was pretty much why they fell out with Guerrilla Warfare. They didn't want to fuck with Big Cannon anymore because he was affiliated with Guerrilla Warfare and Gracie, and that was pretty much the end of that. And I think now, for Big Cannon to be back on URL, which is what I'm hearing because he posted recently and he actually inboxed me and texted me and told me that, yo, I'm back on URL. Guerrilla Warfare is probably done with. It's probably going to be no more Guerrilla Warfare battles. You know what I'm saying? The way they did the Crown and all that stuff, I don't think Guerrilla Warfare is probably doing any more events like that. I know Gracie was telling me that she was tired of battle rap and she felt like niggas screwed her over and didn't give her a great performances even though she was paying like top dollar. Like a nigga like Surf came in there and just jersey that shit and bounced. And you know, that makes your league look bad because you spent a lot of money on a battle that didn't pan out. So she felt some type of way about that. I remember like she was very frustrated in the venue for the Crown, man. I remember talking to her a little bit and she was just mad at niggas and shit. So I don't think that whole day went the way she thought it would. And she probably won't be doing that many events if at all. And I guess Big Cannon has just left. He was only on RBE other than that. And now he'll probably be on URL. I don't know who he's battling. I don't know what card he's going to be on or anything like that. But it looks like he's back. Now why? So that was the Guerrilla Warfare thing. With Bullpen, I'm not going to lie. You know, there could have been an issue with Bullpen and URL. And it would have affected John because, you know, I heard that URL was trying to, you know, give Loso a PG and shit like that. That's one of John's shooters, you know what I'm saying? You end up, first you got Chef Trez away from Bullpen, then you get Loso away from Bullpen, and next thing you know, John just keeps staying in a rehabilitating stage. The problem is that John League is just too small for people not to want to go to URL because URL is the bigger league. So people want to eventually go to the bigger league. It's only so much growth you're going to get just battling on Bullpen. Even though John will throw you names and throw you names and throw you names, it's still not going to compare to what URL will give you. So there could have been an issue, man. I think if John has yet to really book a lot of top tiers. He's done some, you know, Chef Trez versus DNA and Bad News versus Suge. He's thrown some top tiers in there, but he hasn't done it enough to where it's starting to affect URL. But there was a little bit of back and forth Twitter beef with some of URL and John at one point in time. So I definitely feel like there was probably a little bit of an issue, but not really an issue where they won't book him. We'll see what's next, man. But I think you'll see John still fucking with URL. And Big Cannon is good to see him back. And that whole Guerrilla Warfare issue was a main theme, man. I think they were just doing smack cards. They were in direct competition with Smack, and Smack URL just wasn't feeling that shit.
Hey. All bullshit aside, I know you're having fun. It's a public service announcement. There's too many diseases out here, man. Y'all gotta be conscious of who you're having sex with, man. And if you're gonna have sex, wear a condom. If you can't afford a condom, go wrong. Hit that pussy, do it like you want to do. Oh, woo, cause some pussy ain't good until you hit it wrong. You know what I'm saying? You ever hear a nigga tell you he gonna fuck some bitches with a rubber and the pussy is alright? Tell him.
Hey, man, I don't know how y'all cats thinking out there. Listen to me right now. Listen to me, dog. You better scrap up. TV folks' face. You better scrap up, dog. You don't want to go raw out here, man. Too many diseases out here, man. They easy to get. Condom, man. If you think about going raw, take time out digging your pocket, man. Stop looking at your pants pocket with the rubber hanging halfway out on the floor while you about to hit this shorty, man. You don't really know her. Ask her last name before you go raw, nigga. You go to the clinic, they be like, so who gave you this? Right. So you ain't gonna kill me because I don't know her last name?
Now, if you gonna have sex with a woman, at least make sure the woman's smart. I fucked the chick so goddamn stupid shit. This bitch didn't even know how to spell GPS. I said, damn. But I still hit it. So now I don't wear rubbers. I just keep my dogs with me to smell out the bitches. Come on, baby.
DJ, I need you to do me a favor, DJ. For the remainder of the night, I need some A-Town shit. I'm born and raised in Atlanta. I'm from the east side. I need some music. I need something that they can dance to. Whatever. Anything, some yin yang. I want some A-Town shit.
And I hope y'all ain't forgot. The girls all dance. When I woke up in the room, the girls all dance. And they all sang that same old tune. We love you, love. I know you do. We love you, love. I love you too. We love you, love. And they all sang that same old tune. We love you, love. I know you do. We love you, love. I love you too. We love you, love. And they Let's show some love, my girl Brittany. Let's go. Now pay attention.
That's fan mail, man. Subscribe to the channel. Put your questions for fan mail 6. And I appreciate the support, man. Hit the subscribe button. Holler at your boy.